I am Dr. LaToya Rene, and this is my experience with the big chop. My hair has been at least shoulder length all of my life. And when I say all of my life, I mean all of my life. My hair was just as much a part of my identity as being black or being tall. So as you can imagine, when I began considering locking my hair, there was no part of me that thought, hey, let me cut my hair. So how do we get to the big chop? I'm glad you asked. This is me prior to 2020, hair flowing, locks shining. And like most people, I was living my life just fine. And then, like everyone else, 2020 hit and the world shut down. So Chris, I have some bad news. So there was toilet paper the other day when I came. So like everyone else, the world shut down and I was experiencing all the hardships. No toilet paper, sending friends Corona care packages, learning how to bake bread, donuts. I made all kinds of banging pizza. That was delicious right there. And tinkering with flying my drone. So in many ways, I was exploring some interests within myself, some interests outside of me. But the world was shut down. That also meant my hairstylist was closed too. The importance of that is my hair has been relaxed since I was about 9 years old. And what that is a chemical straightening process that straightens the hair. And when the world shut down, I could not get my hair processed. So unintentionally, I started to go natural. And here we have a little video of me with my hair growing out, seeing my natural curl pattern as it is. A little in awe, a little frustrated. And in that process, about 6 months passed and I got a relaxer when the world eased back open. And I wasn't crazy about it. I had grown used to seeing my natural hair pattern. I also was struggling with it because I'm an implicit bias expert. And for those of you that don't understand what implicit bias is, that is our unconscious stereotypes, attitudes, and perceptions. And those are created by the things that we see in media, our culturalization, just all of our conditioning. And how could I be talking about these things and I'm a part of the negative part of the machine? So I had some internal challenges, but also I wanted something that was easier for myself, something that I didn't have to really work that hard for, but just something that grew naturally from my head. So I decided to lock my hair. So January 2021, I went to go get faux locks. Faux locks is a process where you wrap fake hair around your hair to create the look of locks. So you don't have actual locks, but you have hair that's wrapped around yours. So I started that journey with the intention of growing out my natural hair so that when I was ready to lock it up, I could do that. Also, if the hair locked under there just from not being manipulated for a bit, I would still be able to start my process. This gave me a look into what I would look like. This also gave me an idea of what my experience would be. And I was super excited. I loved the look. I thought it fit. It confirmed my desire to get locks. I loved how easy it was to just get up and go. I also love that I could just go do anything. This is me doing a crazy Spartan race. Well, I'd say about 10 months in, and this is after having it gotten redone, touched up. 10 months in, October hits. Boom. I get a new job. And I need to get my hair done before I go to that job. So I wanted an assessment done. And I wasn't super excited about what I was looking at. I saw these ridges. It wasn't the size that I wanted. And I was really clear about how large I wanted my lock size. And I was clear about my expectations for that. And I wasn't crazy about it, but I didn't have enough time to truly address that. So I got it redone so that I could look presentable. So, you know, my new job, I would walk in there with hair confidence. So I just that was really important to me, to have that hair confidence. This particular experience wasn't the greatest. I felt like I was being rushed. I didn't have a pleasant experience. I'll tell you more about that when I talk about some of the things that I learned. I cried a little bit there, y'all. Y'all see that? I was crying. Now, this is me taking out my faux locks. I was taking it out little by little, and as you can see here, my hair had grown significantly. Well, maybe you can't see that, but it had grown quite a bit. So I was taking off the hair that was wrapped around my natural hair. All right, so all of the faux locks are out. Now we have my hair here. Some of it, as you can see, we've got some budding happening here. I guess both along the processed hair and the unprocessed hair. I'm pleased with the length. The size isn't too bad, but I'm not crazy about the ridges that we have here in these locks. So what we're gonna do is we're going to undo all of these and start over. So we're done with this piece for the day. The next piece starts tomorrow because my hands are rubbed a little bit raw, and also I have to saturate my hair with some conditioner and let it rest for a bit in order to work through the matted hair to get it out with as little as resistance as possible, because your girl is tender-headed. So step two. Yeah, step 2 coming next. All right, so shampooed the hair after. So you saw what it looked like after I took the faux locks out. Now this is after the shampoo and drying, and I've put this stuff in it. Need to focus on it. And not a lot of this, but here's some as well. So I put some of that. Now I am going to take out each of these locks. And I feel like it's gonna take me a minute. Not just because of the work that needs to be done, but also because I'm tender-headed. So this will be interesting. So here we go. Here is an undone lock. And here's one that I'm working on. And here's the one that I accidentally cut too much of. It's about 3 to 4 inches shorter than the others. At a certain point, I got a little bit frustrated because I had been really expressive about how I wanted my hair, just some of the things that I wanted with it. And I was frustrated. I was done. I was aggravated. And it wasn't just about my hair. It was, I'd say, multiple things across the board. And I was just tired of undoing challenges that other people had created despite my clear articulation of the things that I wanted. So, here we go. Well, this is hard. And I don't know if I want to continue. So, here it is. as you can see, I have a handful of hair here. This was a lot of hair, and I was going through all kinds of feelings because I have had long hair all of my life, as you saw from the earlier pictures, and I cut off about 12 inches of hair. 12 inches, y'all. 12 inches. I still feel some kind of way about it, but it's done. I can't get it back. And when I cut it, shortly after, I went to get my hair locked. So I got my hair put into locks, and I was struggling with it because I had never had short hair. So for about a month, my hair, I went back and forth with it out before I got it locked. And then after that, I was putting on head wraps, and I was struggling. Y'all don't judge me too hard. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And then one day I said, well, I need to work on my hair confidence because this is my hair. It's my hair. Also thinking about, again, the implicit bias piece. In order for people to begin to be more accepting of black hair and how it functions, they need to see black hair, black herring. They need to see black hair in its true state and to understand what does that mean. And they need to see locks happening on a professional person in a professional setting so that they truly understand what that means. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that was hard. Because my hair didn't respect me. It wasn't doing anything that I wanted to do. I was a hot mess. I felt a hot mess. Yeah. But at some point, it started to respect me a little bit more. It started to kind of go with the flow and start to fall into place in the way that I wanted it to. And now this is me. I'm 3 months of lockage and growing. And just seeing the change in my hair has been so much for me. Over time, the color of my hair has changed from a reddish brown to the salt and pepper look. And also, as you can see, the length of my hair is much different. So this has been a growing process. This has been a process for me. And before I know it, my hair will be shoulder length yet again. Now, what do I wish I had done differently? I wish that I had gone to a few more locticians before I made the decision to go with faux locks. And the reason being, I could have started with locks sooner than later. I believe on that October visit when I asked, is my hair ready to be locked? And my loctician said, no, you should put faux locks over it. I don't believe, I question if they had my best interest at heart because the cost of faux locks was more than the cost of locking my hair or doing a retwist. In that area of the country, faux locks by this person was $300, and to lock or twist a hair is $80. So as you can see, there's a huge financial difference, and I don't know if they were being genuine with me or if it was truly about the money. I wish I had done a little bit more research in that area. I may have still gone with faux locks to let my natural hair grow out, but I may have been really diligent in between there about getting my hair washed, shampooed, and have the natural hair combed out. And then once it reached the length that it reached, starting those locks. One thing that I also realized was the psychological process that happens when you cut your hair. If you've had long hair all of your life, again, that being a part of your identity, you should really be prepared for that. And something that I would encourage you to do, if you don't already have a therapist, is to get one. Talk about, what does your hair mean to you? What does it mean about your appearance? What does it mean to you about your worth? How do you feel? How will you navigate that? And just having someone to talk through that process. Fortunately, I had people who were in my friend group who were positive about the process. They offered tips. They reminded me that I had options, both with styling, but also if I wanted to get weave or extensions, something to help mitigate some of the feelings that I was experiencing. There were also some friends who kept saying, it's just hair. The reality is, for some, it is just hair. But for others, it is more than that. So make sure that you have a healthy balance of that to help manage that, because for some it is just hair, but for a lot it is not. And for the reason being, if you've always had a certain length of hair, a certain look, that's a part of you, and that seeing that shift, I'd say it is almost the equivalent of some kind of cosmetic surgery that changes your appearance. You know, you look in the mirror and you see something every single day, and then one day it's drastically different. That plays a part in your function and how you operate and how you see yourself. So I would encourage someone who's going about that to have a therapist just to talk about it, because it's a huge decision. Would I do it again? If I had to, yes. If I had to, yes. But if I didn't have to, I would have let my natural hair grow out, and I would have found ways to mitigate that, and I would have found a way to avoid cutting my hair, because that was never the goal. No part of that was the goal. How do I feel about it now? I'm okay with it. I made the decision to cut my hair, and I'm rocking with it. I didn't realize how much of an accessory that my hair was to me, so that was something that was eye-opening for me. Also, before making the actual cut, so let's say in between there the faux locks were still a thing, I would have gone to a loctician to ask what my options were, to see if I could have avoided cutting my hair before that. And I learned that I could have used my own hair as lock extensions, but yeah, I made the decision, I moved on, and I was okay with it. But the biggest thing was doing more research on the front end before taking action. One of my friends say, measure twice, cut once. So something along those lines. I would have investigated as much as I could, but still having a bias for action, because the goal was to move towards locks. Well, thank you all for tuning in to me talking about the big chop. If there's more material or other things that you would like to learn about my hair or this whole process, feel free to drop in the comments. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know your questions. Hit me up on Instagram and ask those questions too. I'd be more than happy to answer or respond to that, or even make a follow-up video. Again, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Let's go be great.